So when I say 18 soldiers commit suicides on the streets every day, I'm not making that up. I got that from the Army Times itself. So is the Army Times lying? And you know, the media doesn't cover it. So alternative media has to cover this news.
The Army Times reports that troubling new data has revealed that there are an average of 950 suicide attempts each month by veterans who are receiving some type of treatment from the Veterans Affairs Department. 7% of the attempts are successful, and 11% of those who don't succeed on the first attempt try again within 9 months. The numbers show about 18 veteran suicides a day.
And, you know, some people can't believe anything unless it comes from mainstream media. And fortunate for me, CNN actually done a really shitty story about this, but nevertheless, they do say that, you know, they do talk about it. So I'll include that clip.
It's Friday, November 11th, Veterans Day.
There are 18 suicides a day in our veterans community right now. That's not only unacceptable, it's something that we have to address and address very quickly.
Now, the Army Times came out with their article in 2007 and nothing has changed. CNN came out with their news clip just last month. And so if you do your numbers, that's 6,500 a year that we know about. And that's the numbers I use, and then I'll say a decade, 65,000 to give it context. Because MSN, Fox News, ABC, NBC, BBC, CBC, and you know the 6 corporations that are running the media on this planet won't mention it. And if you do mention it, it's such an obscure story and it never gets mentioned again that, you know, it breaks my heart to see all these people committing suicide and nobody cares about them. They don't care about them unless they're landing at the airport or getting blown up in Iraq and Afghanistan and hits the 48-hour news cycle. So it's appropriate that somebody has to talk about this. You know, I'd like to be able to move on to other stuff, but this stuff is going on every day, so I have to mention it. 19,000 women getting raped, men and women getting raped in the military every year. I don't make that up. That's not me.
Rape in the military. 19,000 soldiers, women and men, each year are raped in the military.
Right, so that came from C-SPAN, from a senator on the Congress floor. You won't get that from mainstream media. You get the senators screaming about it on Congress floor.
You see, only 13% of those that are raped in the military actually report it.
But that's only 13%. And we know these numbers because that senator actually has a website where she talks, where she explains and has testimony from these people, and 90% of the victims who report to rape are discharged from the military, so they're doubly victimized.
And of those 13%, 90% of them are involuntarily, honorably discharged from the military.
Okay, they deserve a voice, and I have to make videos once in a while to put that out there, and I have to use that in the right context because nobody else will. What about them? Don't they have any rights? Don't they have any rights? Yet I'm called a lawyer constantly for saying this out loud when, you know, I'm astonished that people, and I supplied video clips, I supplied links many times, and people still don't believe me. I don't get it. I can't understand that. They live in an absolute fantasy.
A warthog shoots 1.5 tons of bullets in 1 minute.
And each one of those bullets is a dirty bomb.
Now, one of the Japanese physicists who came to our Hamburg conference calculated that 800 tons of depleted uranium, if it's released into the air, is the atomicity equivalent, or the equivalent number of radioactive atoms, as 41,000 Nagasaki bombs. we have released over 250,000 Nagasaki bombs, equivalent radiation, into our atmosphere.
Put that into context. When India and Pakistan set off 9 nuclear weapons each back in the 90s, the entire world went crazy because they released 18 Nagasaki bombs worth of radiation into the environment. But McAllister's bomb manufacturer and these other factories on their sites, that they're processing for war.
But what's even more alarming is that the McAllister bomb factory in Oklahoma, McAllister, Oklahoma, was applying for relicensing at the NRC in order to be able to continue manufacturing DU weapons. And in order to maintain level 1 status, which they have to do to get relicensed, they must be able to ship 1,600 tons of depleted uranium weapons a day. That's 166,000 Nagasaki bombs of radiation. It's 20 train car loads of DU going out of that factory every day. It's only one of 4 U.S. Army bomb factories. And altogether, at all 4 bomb factories at any one time, they are allowed by the NRC to have up to 44,000 tons of DU on site. That's 4.5 million Nagasaki bombs.
If I took one of those bullets out of that 4.5 million Nagasaki bombs worth, and I threw it in your lake, or threw it in your river, or in your football field, I would go to jail till the end of the time. But it's okay for you to send your loved ones into other people's country and spray that stuff all over that country. And that's not a war crime, you're telling me? Do you wonder why there's 18 soldiers committed suicide today, or there was 300 rapes in the military today? Or just think about those numbers, though. That's what they're doing to their own. What are they doing to the civilians down there? And every time somebody comes out and tries to tell people this, we're attacked because we don't have Fox News, Fear and Balance. We don't have flashing boobies from CNN. We don't have MSNBC painted fucking whores. Because that's not us. We just want this to end. Just stop putting those dirty bombs all over that country. It's coming back to your country. The soldiers are coming back and contaminating their loved ones, and they're having deformed children. I don't make this up. Okay? I spend all my time on Yale and Berkeley and Stanford, MIT and Harvard and Commonwealth Club and Talking Stick TV, and I listen to all these scholars, and I go to other countries and I listen to scholars on the same subject. So I'm sure about what I'm thinking. So when I say it, I have to believe it myself, or I can't say it.
And that law basically grandfathered onto the market all the chemicals that were already on the market as of 1981, which means 65,000 chemicals have never, ever been assessed for their toxicity or their effect on the environment or human health.
Okay? And if I say it, it's because I believe it. Do you know how much trouble and time and energy and effort I have to go and put into to make a video like this to just so I can justify what I do, because I got all these people calling me lawyers and I have to come out and defend myself while all I'm trying to do is fucking save humanity. That's it. I'm trying to save life on Earth. And I'm the bad guy because I don't want to get lost in fluff, okay? Think about your reality for a second, folks. You know, Fox News and MSNBC and all these corporations, they're only getting like 10 million viewers a day. What about the other 300 million viewers? They're out watching garbage. Football and baseball and shit like that, and they don't give a fuck about the suicides. They don't care about the rapes in the military. They don't care about the orphans. They don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't even care about themselves. They don't care about their loved ones. They don't even give a fuck about anything. Only their hero that comforts them, whatever that may be, and it's just fluff. And I don't live that way, okay? My site has 3,000 artists on there because I refuse to listen to corporate music. I don't need that. I need something that makes me feel good, not junk. Anyway, actually I enjoyed that video. I can't say this stuff enough, see? So, to me it's worth it. Have a nice night.